Hello, welcome back to another Tabletop Talk. As you can see, I have a small unboxing here, kind of a fun purchase I made from a friend on Delphi Forum. He cut me a pretty good deal, and so I appreciate that. So if they see this video, thank you very much. So we will open it up and see what we got. Again, trying to get into it without cutting myself or the merchandise. So this is a set that I've been wanting to get for a while. So let's see if we can get into it. So what we got is packed up very nicely. So I think that's just extra packing. So we'll start with the NL West, my favorite division from this time period. Cool, so they're in envelopes. So what I have is the 1990 Stratomatic season. And of course, you know that from the description. But a few things that makes this set special is obviously I grew up a Reds fan, and the Reds won the World Series this year. And also, I entered the Army on October 1st, 1990, so I did not get to see this World Series as I was in basic training at the time. So you can imagine my disappointment. However, this year before, I wasn't married at the time, and so before I went into basic training, my best friend at the time and I went on a pretty cool road trip. We went to Baltimore, saw the Orioles. Stopped by Philadelphia and got to see the Phillies at Veterans Stadium. At Baltimore, we got to see Memorial Stadium, which is no longer with us, and Veterans isn't either, but it's not as memorable as it was one of the cookie cutters, but I'm sure it was fun for a lot of people. And then we got to see Yankee Stadium, but didn't get to see a game. So anyway, this is a season I have been wanting for a while. So, got Rob Dibble, one of the Nasty Boys, as Myers. Norm Charlton. Jose Rio had a very good year that year. Rick Mailer, who was the reason the Reds did away with their no facial hair rule. Tom Browning with a good year. Danny Jackson. So, as most of you know, the Reds went from wire to wire this year. So, again, this is a year I've been wanting to get, and I don't have any. Again, I'm kind of collecting seasons through different game engines, and so I didn't have a 1990 of any kind in cards, and so that's another reason I was able to pick this up. Ken Griffey Sr. back with the team for a little bit. Barry Larkin, Hall of Famer. Mariano Duncan at second. Hal Morris at first. Hit 340 that year and 309 at bats, so he had a good year. Billy Hatcher in the outfield. So while I was in basic training, my friend sent me newspaper clippings of what was going on. So again, I didn't start following baseball till about 1978, so I missed 75 and 76, and then when 1990 came along, I had to be in basic training. So Eric Davis. So again, really good team this year, led by Lou Piniella. I did get to see. I don't know if I've told this story in another video or not. But earlier in 1990, I was working as an intern at a local radio station, and I got field passes for a game against the Cubs this year, and Mike Maddox happened to pitch that game. The Reds won, so I got to hang out in the media room. Marty Brenneman and Johnny Bench was having eating dinner at the table over for me. I didn't get to talk to them. And then I got to go on the field. Harry Carey was there, and he said hello. And so we're back at it's batting practice, and so I'm standing pretty close to Lou Piniella, and Paul O'Neill is in the batting cage, and Lou Piniella said something about sending back to AAA, and he looked at me, to get the laugh, and of course, I laughed, and that's a good one, Lou. So, so even though I didn't get to see the World Series this year, that was a very memorable game. That's the only time I've ever got to do anything like that. So that was very enjoyable. And then toward the end of the game, I went up into the stands, and I don't remember how it happened, but another friend of mine happened to be at the game. I don't know if I knew that or not, or how it worked out, but I finished watching the game up in the stands with them. So, anyway, looks like sets are in good shape. It did have the extra players, which is important for me. In my strat, I don't need to have every player, but I do like having the extra players. So it looks like they've got the extras here in the AL West pile. So another thing that's kind of cool about this is that with this set of cards I printed off, I will have all of my strat collection in envelopes and in totes. So that's a pretty big deal. I don't know if anybody had caught some of the previous videos, but I had a pretty good pile of them stashed up. And so as of this enveloping, if you will, I will have all of my strat collection in envelopes and in totes. So for me, that's a fine accomplishment, and I can feel good about myself now. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Again, every once in a while when I get an opportunity to add to the collection, I do. I've obviously have everything that Strat has available pre-2000. I did just pick up for some reason, I had bought an extra 1965 season, so I was traded it for a 2012, so I did get 2012. Again, I'm not a big fan of modern baseball, but the Reds did win the division that year. I did catch a game, too. The first game, I think they won the first two games in San Francisco in the playoffs, and then ended up losing 3 in a row at home. I was at the first game. So I did catch that one, but it wasn't very enjoyable as they got beat. It ended up, of course, the consolation is the Giants won the World Series in 2012. So if you're going to get beat, at least get beat by the champion. But at any rate, I did add that one to the collection, and I enjoy my other games, but Strat is king for me. It's my favorite, and with the computer along with it, it gives me the most of what I'm looking for. Again, not perfect. There's other games that do certain things better, but overall, Strat is definitely my favorite. So glad that I can add this memorable season to the collection. So anyway, it's kind of a short one today. I just wanted to share this because I thought it was kind of cool and fun, and I appreciate it, and I will see you next time.